You think I'll let you zone?
Hey y'all, I wanted to try something different for this month, which is talking about creepy and weird Pokemon Dex entries, as we currently have over 1,000 of them at the time these videos were being made. This also makes you think, how were these factoids found out? But better yet, why do some trainers have them as pets? I'll start with the scary looking Pokemon at first to ease into things before we start doing the unassuming ones, so grab some snacks and let's get to hunting, shall we? Some of Gastly's Dex entries are kinda out there, with 2 of them. One wasn't translated from the original Japanese Red version until Generation 3 with Fire Red and Leaf Green. Gastly is a being that exists as a thin gas. It can topple an Indian elephant by enveloping its prey in 2 seconds. Going by this entry, as it states, this is how Gastly hunt and eat, by suffocating the target before eating it. This checks out as Gastly itself is a ghost poison type, which half the entries state that it has poisonous gas surrounding it that can knock out and poison its target. This is kind of creepy in the first 2 generations, which were they still had real world animals in the world with Pokemon before the retcon, because Gastly would definitely see humans as a potential food source, so you better have something that can fight back, or a normal type to just go ham on it, or it's GG's for you. The other entry, which most have a variation of, it comes from Scarlet. Its body is made of gas. Despite lacking substance, it can envelop an opponent of any size and cause suffocation. So this confirms that in the Pokemon universe, they have a sentient ball of gas that can either suffocate or poison you if you piss it off, or it's hungry. Yeah, I'm not going somewhere dark without my Pokemon out by me at all times after this. Palossand is the next Pokemon here, which I don't know how Game Freak allowed these types of entries into their games. In Moon, it states, buried beneath the castle are masses of dried up bones from those whose vitality it has drained. Right here it confirms that Pokemon are akin to smart animals with powers, as this Pokemon eats anything that gets caught in its sandy grips. Doesn't matter if it's a human or Pokemon. In Ultra Sun, each of its grains of sand has its own will. Palossand eats small Pokemon and siphons away their vital essence while they're still alive. That's very messed up for Palossand. It eats things still alive by sucking the vitality and soul out of its victims as well, as being buried alive to make it even easier for them to have their snack. In Scarlet, the terrifying Palossand drags smaller Pokemon into its sandy body. Once its victims are trapped, it drains them of their vitality whenever it pleases. It also loves to savor its catches, with devouring the target and eating the vitality and soul when it gets a hankering for a little snack. This makes me not want to go to the beach or be near any type of sand castles that are by themselves in the Pokemon world. Misdreavus is a very horrible troll. In the Silver entry, it loves to bite and yank people's hair from behind without warning, just to see their shocked reactions. I can't believe that there are Pokemon that love or get off to causing a fear or shocked expression and continue doing it perpetually because they are the type of ghost. It gets worse in its Ruby and Sapphire entries. Misdreavus frightens people with a creepy sobbing cry. The Pokemon apparently uses its red spheres to absorb the fearful feelings of foes and turn them into nutrition. In Ultra Sun, what gives meaning to its life is surprising others. If you set your ear against the red orbs around its neck, you can hear shrieking. So like if you have a Misdreavus, is it going to scare the shit out of you constantly? What about your loved ones? Will it do the same thing? If my girlfriend had one, I'd tell her to leave it in the ball because I didn't want to have a heart attack eating cocoa pebbles just so the Misdreavus can feel good about itself. This one Pokemon is based on a Japanese yokai, the Yokiuna, or Frost Woman, which is interesting because of what the Pokemon does in some Dex entries is what the Snow Woman technically does some of the time, which is freeze people to death. In Heart Gold and Soul Silver legends and snowy regions say that a woman who was lost on an icy mountain was reborn as Froslass. So this here is the connection for Froslass, as it's looked as feminine in design. The worst entries I think were in the Sun and Moon era with this Pokemon in Sun. When it finds humans or Pokemon it likes, it freezes them and takes them to its chilly den where they become decorations. And in Moon, the soul of a woman lost on a snowy mountain possessed an icicle, becoming this Pokemon. The food it most relishes is the souls of men. Froslass is a literal monster that eats men. I'd be giving the side eye to anyone who showed up with this in their company. In Ultra Sun, it freezes hikers who have come to climb snowy mountains and carries them back to its home. It only goes after men it thinks that are handsome. So you have some wiggle room if you like going mountain climbing or hiking. That Froslass won't get you if you're ugly and don't have a Pokemon that can beat it. In Ultra Moon, it said that on nights of terrible blizzards, it comes down to human settlements. If you hear it knocking on the door, do not open it. Froslass is crazy that she will visit mountain villages and towns during bad snowstorms to abduct and take people, mostly men, to display or eat them. I wonder if this is how anime figures feel. An unwashed, stinky Froslass is inspecting her collection of hot men frozen in time, while it fills itself with nothing but joy and gives me the shivers just thinking about it. That should do it for this episode of creepy and horrifying Pokédex entries. I'll probably do a few more of these for Halloween. What is your favorite creepy or horrible fact that you know about a Pokemon? Let me hear it in the comments below. Stay gold, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.